Just online.
For first time, they won't impeach Buhari. For the first time, Senator they fear.
They call with your personal life. Have you go back different life? I be joke, bro. I don't think so. My first time seeing this one. What are they use now? Zoom recorder. I they use JC. Not they use. I'm not surprised that I see this one. That's my company, my concern.
Let me say, just a level. Just a level.
Let me say, I don't the level.
So why you can't say? Yes,
that's a GOP. H6, you want compare it with this?
If you like,
you want compare it with this?
If you do a plan, does the city for the first time. You never start anything now. It doesn't start now. This guy now, he's saying the deal.
Why is it this cannot be newspaper
argument. You don't know what they talk.
This cannot be newspaper argument.
For this IT level, we don't know anything. People come out with all you.
This cannot be newspaper argument.
Come. You don't say for the first time. Come. What to tell you?
Okay, where you based?
Wait to check where you based. You didn't go straight. They go.
That is slow.
I think bad man now. I think bad man.
See,
that
most of the mention. I don't know anything with you again. First when the front talk, you don't know anything about IT. First when the front talk, you don't get knowledge about IT. That's a conflict. You have a cat up by Samuel. Come meet me about this show. I don't know. They're speaking for that, they suit you. Don't come meet me again, I want to teach you this now.
This are not the newspaper.
Come and teach you what I want to teach you.
This are the different. These are not the teacher.
What do you want teacher? You don't go live. You go corrupt you now. You go teach you. You go teach you robbery.
You don't follow this man. You don't miss road. You don't miss road. See, but I don't say. But I don't say. Anybody's kidnappable. Now just talk about just talk about. They say DSS tell them about Uje, write them for 4 times.
What they don't president? For the 4th time?
Yes. Yes, for 4 times. Before the attack. Yes, before the attack. The president they plan. Now, DSS don't attack. That means tomorrow it can be you.
That is the way why you don't go grab. Again, you don't go grab. That is G for them out.
Only God fire.
That one is sure.
They say for Abuja now. Abuja now. 4 o'clock. People don't go out. For Abuja now. People they run. They go. What's it for? No, Nigeria get all of it.
So the signal no go leak. Time the thing where they ground, they say no possible. They want to kidnap aerobites so that they don't protect them. All those ones now protection and they need now.
Since when UN talk to I get my own view, I know they preach on you. Everybody get their own view. That's too much. When UN give that direct when they release that name, I hear this
but they don't necessarily time up for them.
And the new prime minister with the entire UK. So they say,
okay, that's that one, that guy goes I just said I put it around.
like
British Indian. You go to do like
you know go happy. Even Indian president, prime minister, no dey happy.
no.
That one go help out.
China now don't they propose because no say India and China they know they this one will come help worsen the matter about China. Like you place for politics. They no fit. That's the only thing where they do.
This is how many years? Almost 100 years to the planet. You can actually do like you believe me, you have paid a command. Everybody go regional or anything.
Go regional and everything will send everybody. This guy could say
I swear them.
The house crisis as Falana urges Buhari to quit. Military sources suspect sabotage on the ambush attack on the brigade guards of the president. Confirmed death of 3 soldiers, allegedly recovers bodies of 2 officers and 6 soldiers. Call to bar ceremony will be low-key. Call to bar ceremony will be low-key over the fear of attacks. Again, terrorists invade Kaduna community, break into homes. He's not talking. See, you know what? No problem. I will give it to you. I will tell you. Don't come my back. Don't hear here, babe. Look at this. When you start to talk, I'm beginning. Forget for his monitor. Yes, good morning once again. Sorry for that breaking transmission. We are going to start again with the newspaper headlines. We meet the New Telegraph and also have the Punch newspaper. Let's take a look at what we have on the program this morning. Let's look at the main headline. We have Labour federal government resolve ASU strike now or risk total shutdown. Yes, to hold Abuja mega solidarity protest today threatens action akin to NSAS protest as more than 25 chapters embark on warning strike. Yeah, military sources suspect sabotage. Confirmed death of 3 soldiers. Allegedly recovers bodies of 2 officers, 6 soldiers. Call to bar ceremony will be low key. Now again, terrorists invade Kaduna community, break into homes, kidnap 36 residents. Let's look at okay, DSS submitted 44 security reports to the president before the Kuje Correctional Center attack. DSS submitted 44 security reports to the presidency before the attack. That's from Wase when he was presiding over the house yesterday. Let's look at also the Punch this morning. Iswap plot massive attacks on Lagos, Kaduna and others. Iswap plot massive attack on Lagos and Kaduna and others. Security alert in FCT. Call to bar when you change amid fear of attack. Kaduna communities invaded. Troops patrol Abuja as police allay fears. Account for $1 billion security funds. Governor Autumn knocks federal government over the attacks. Okay. Tinubu begins consultation as Khan denies knowledge on the Muslim ticket. It is being said that Tinubu begins consultation, Khan denies knowledge. I have Mr. Samuel. Mr. Christian, good morning. I want you to assess the Labour Party rally yesterday.
Okay, in looking at the rally properly, my name is Samuel, for those who are probably watching Flip TV for the first time. And in looking at Labour Party, the rally that was held, it's a sign that for those who feel that they have monopoly of organizing rallies, they have monopoly of winning election, that more is to come. That everybody should expect the unexpected, because we can't continue with this system of demonic political setup, whereby a set of people think they always have the power to rule between the political leadership. And so many people are disappointed with the 2 major political parties because there's no difference, or there's not much difference in between the 2 major political parties. And that is why you can see that almost the 2 major contenders have been friends, and they've been together. And they formed the ACN, and they were both together in the APC as at the formational stage of the All Progressive Congress. Mashiwalu Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Alhaji Atiku Abubakar were both members of the APC. So the failure of the system was directly and indirectly related to the 2 major men who supported the current administration to government. So the rally is a welcome development, and we also need more political parties, 4th force, 5th force, 6th force. More parties should spring up, and Nigerians should support different people following different parties irrespective of their religion, ethnicity or money.
Okay, so that we'll have more willingness of this government in meeting the demands of ASU.
The last time I came here, I think it was last week, I already told you that the current administration that has a degree in failure, and President Muhammadu Buhari was used as an example in the school, as an example of a failed leader. Yes, I think a European country, by a white lecturer.
Okay, I remember.
Yes, it's online. A European country, example of failed leaders. So the government was not intending to end ASU strike because they want to end ASU strike, but it is a political tool because they will lift the ban for campaign in about a month's time, and they are looking at the backlash that will come when they lift the ban. The students have been at home since February, so this is the 6th month. So that is the major reason they want to lift ASU strike. They want to negotiate. But the truth still remains. If our president, our governors, senators can be traveling overseas to see their children graduate from different universities in the world, and we have this kind of half-baked institution, the university system has nothing. So many university graduates, they show them instruments they use in lab, in textbook or phone. So it shows you that the system is destroyed. There's nothing you can do about it. Forget about all those. See, there is no one solution to this Nigerian problem because the problem is so multifaceted, it's so problematic, it's so much that we don't even know where to start from. We are all confused as a people. People, sometimes as an analyst, when I read some books, I read the headlines, I read the newspaper, I see statements. Sometimes I don't even know where to start from. Even when the point is there are so many solutions, you don't even know how to implement them because the demonic system has raised leaders and followers who are ready to be doing things against the voice of reason. So that's why Nigeria is still like this. This morning, the bus I entered, somewhere around the Yanoworo, one guy just came down and broke the side mirror. Oh, that. So, and you see some people making noise. I think this is the best they've had. This is the best system they've seen in any city in the world. So that's the major problem we have. So when you see people come out to stand and support this system, you wonder. You wonder if they have spiritual problem, or they have psychological problem, or they are actually normal as a people. So you see, Nigeria cannot be good because even if you vote in somebody that is different, it will take that person almost more than 10 years. So what that person will be doing will be foundational. There is really nothing good that will come out to solve the problem of the people.
You know, the lawmaker was seen to have attended Harvard despite the ASU strike.
You cannot attend in Unilag. We know them. They cannot attend in LASU. They cannot attend in University of Abuja. It's not a slap. That's what we expect for a failed system. Parochial people, greedy, selfish politicians. So what do you expect from this system? That this system will be better. That's why they will run. When they have headache, they will go to London. They'll go to other climes. They'll treat themselves. They'll come back. They will lie. They'll use hypocrisy, double standard, and ethnicity. They'll use religious bigotry. So that's what you see. So where you expect, I'm not surprised. But Javier Miller has a dual citizenship. So he's not even a full Nigerian citizen. He has dual citizenship. So what do you expect? Most of them, when their wife taking, they give back to you in US or UK, so that you have double citizenship. Because they don't even believe in the system. The failure of the system started when your leaders don't even believe in the system. So that is why at every point in them, when they are sick, they will run out because they don't believe in the hospital. The hospital that kills people will also kill them. So they have to run out. When they give back to their children, they will send them overseas. So when they graduate, they will fly there to snap picture. Why the school they are saying they are sponsoring? I was listening to Fashola just saying gibberish. Fashola was eloquent in displaying intellectual stupidity in public on Channel TV. I was listening to him and I was laughing. Like, look at this wasted lawyer. He's saying rubbish because he's eating, he's obeying table manners, so he does not want to talk. But the truth still remains that Fashola is part of the problem we have. When you have people who are sound, who are educated, who should get to office, act within the conscience of international best practice, within the context of intellectual reasoning, get it here, and they are contradicting their stand, using hypocrisy and double standard, unnecessary political alignment. So you now wonder, what kind of country are we going to get? So the future of Nigeria is destroyed. For those who have their way, I was telling my friends that even if I can't go to Europe or UK, they should do fundraising for me so that I'll go and stay in Ghana or Cotonou. Because the country is dying. No, you read the headlines. Let's go. Okay, which good news do you have, Christian? No, be fair. No, I know you are neutral as a journalist. Or you read any good news here, I'll make you happy. Pick anyone. From all these horrible headlines that you've read, it shows you how funny and how useless the country has turned to. No spirituality can save Nigeria. Nigeria is heading to a total. No, Obi can, in fact, Obi should be. In fact, Obi will just come and stress himself like Jonathan. Because the problem is, when people try to make the country 2 steps forward, some demonic witchcraft will drag the country 10 steps backward. So this is what we'll get from the change in 2015. Read the headlines, let's see which one is good.
Let's look at insecurity. Also has asked the federal government to account for $1 billion that's been spent.
The federal government will tell you that on any security issue cannot be discussed publicly, that the money has been spent. So that money is gone. Autumn should go and find gun and use juju, get native doctor to protect his people. If they can be attacking the presidential convoy. This country now cruise. Hey, in fact, they attacked the presidential convoy. Then in Abuja, those who were supposed to be the experts, a special squad protecting the president. Where's the headline, sir? Where's the headline? Those who were supposed to protect the presidency, and they were doing show of force. If they show force, now you can collect the show of force. Then they kill the captain. So how do you rationalize that in your federal capital territory, attack was came to your house, to your doorstep, the headquarters, the federal capital territory of the country?
They started with Kaduna. What is Kaduna, the military base of Nigeria? Then what is now?
You know, Kaduna is still a little bit different. The federal capital territory is more sensible than Kaduna because that's where you have the headquarters of the military, the CBN headquarters, immigration, international organization. The presidency lives there. So the attack in Abuja is even more crazy and not comprehensible to any logical man. But now, did they catch those people? No, but they went freely. But if it is Sunday go, they will import somebody and get a lawyer in Cotonou. They will go to Kenya to carry Nnamdi Kanu. They will deploy a jet bomber to keep people in Imo. They will
ask the release Nnamdi Kanu.
No, United Nations is standard in its operation because they understand the rules of international engagement anywhere in the world. So that is standard. So United Nations too have people that listen to news, they watch TV now. They know that the government is biased and parochial. Sometimes some of these white guys, it's because of selfish interest, they seem to take some actions. They know the truth. But if your people does not want to develop you, what do you want a white man to do? Nothing, just to watch the black man die like monkeys. That's what they're doing. So the United Nations is constant in its ruling. There are rules to extradition or rendition of anybody anywhere in the world. Nigeria is not the only country in the world. So people should stop coming to do hypocrisy and stupidity in public and think everybody will accept this now. Nigeria is not the first country such will happen. When they wanted to pick Hush Puppy, what did they do in Dubai? They follow due process. There are processes in international relations you need to follow in picking up anybody from another country to anywhere. So those illiterates that don't know this thing, they should know now. Because some money, the people that went to school did not allow school to pass through them. That's the problem we have in Nigeria. And they are the ones in the political leadership. If I want to come and say, Christian, I'm picking you, there are rules in international relations that you need to follow. They are standard, yes. So when you don't follow that, it is by fire brigade and approach, and no logical human being, either a barrister, international relation expert, can come and defend that in the logic of public opinion to sane mind. It is not done. But you will see your government, you people, that cannot catch the bandit that attack, the brigade of the personal presidential escort, special force. All of them now, they wear special force, brigade guard. Now, they are wearing cap, our military, special force, police, special force. Hey, are you drunk? Do you know where special force came up from? Go and watch American movies and understand the meaning of special force. What is the role of the military intelligence? What is the role of the DSS? What is the role of the army? What is the role of your mobile police? What is the role of your NIA? See, they'll just create parastatal.
So deficient, parochial, all of them is only money, bribe, corruption, how to grab and grab and grab your uniform and do like this. Then use escorts to be chasing people. Then they will not tell you that Nigeria is going somewhere. Nigeria is going to hell. To hell with Nigeria. Nothing good is in hell already. Do you need somebody to come from heaven and tell you, look at now? To tell you that this is hell? Look at, just look at what's going on. So
I thought that was a bomb.
It might be, you don't know. So even while we are standing here, I'm always looking around because the country is not stable. If they can attack the president's convoy, who am I?
Security alert. So plot massive attacks on Lagos.
Of course, obviously they will attack now. Is that one new? Iswap is more coordinated than the Nigerian army. Iswap is more coordinated, organized, very sensible, very chronological in carrying out attack more than the GSS and the police. Share those videos to all of them online. Let them see. I said it. My name is Samuel Effiong. I repeat, Iswap is more organized hierarchically in terms of operation, in terms of intelligence gathering, in terms of attack, in terms of information gathering, in terms of movement, in terms of overthrow, in terms of shooting, in terms of target, in terms of aiming. Iswap and Iswap officer can tell me he's going to aim a bird, and I'll believe that any of our trained military and police apparatus.
No, we have a history.
There's no history. There's the issue of failure in Nigeria. Endemic failure for 1960. From 1960, mention one sector that is working in Nigeria. Hospital, school. There's no history. So Iswap, when they are going to attack, how did Iswap know the presidential movement? Know where to position. Understand the numbers of vehicle and convoy. Understand the motorcade movement. Understand when to strike. And they struck. No one member of either the bandit or Iswap was shot down. So you are saying they are no more smart in terms of intelligence gathering? So what we should do is we should beg them in any language. Beg Iswap. Now I'm talking for PG. More all of us here. More beg them. Make them come. They train us.
If you are the president, will you beg?
Have they not been begging Boko Haram? Which one is our president should beg them as the way they've always been begging them. Major General Nwachukwu, spokesperson of the army last year, openly Mbronu, said that they are begging Boko Haram to drop guns. It's online. Google it on Google. Internet don't lie. Not be made right up. Yes. So they have been begging them. They have been paying them. It's not one. It's not two. They will still pay more. And in fact, kidnapping and banditry is a good business because they will pay you higher than a university graduate. So the government should do what they normally do and how they normally talk to them in a language they understand. The government cannot fight Iswap. The federal government of Nigeria cannot face Iswap. Head to head in terms of
government of Buhari.
The government, either Buhari or federal government, whichever way you use it, is the Grand Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's the same person. Just that as a person is Buhari, a office is the presidency. So one person, two bodies, the same thing. But one thing that is constant, that is significant in Buhari, I know, is failure. So they should always talk to them and give them money. Yes, now, when you are saying the truth in Nigeria, is a speech. But when you say things that suit their personal interests, it is not a speech. So Buhari and his military generals cannot face Iswap.
Okay, there was a plan to impeach the president yesterday, but according to reports, Lawan had to step down.
They can't impeach the president. The hungry legislator who have always allowed ethnicity, religious bigotry, sentiment cannot impeach the president. It was in this country, 2013, precisely, when some northern governors said that Jonathan was killing their people when he was fighting Boko Haram. In this country, you know, God is a miraculous God. And I'm happy that Buhari won the election. And that is the change so many sycophants who come on social media and using different platforms to propagate have gotten. And I'm happy we are in the chain together. Because there's no market or one road that they will say this is for APC, this is for PDP. You see, madness is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. The same set of sycophantic hypocrites are giving us another set of failure that brought us to this mess. So it is meant because we, that one way or the other, haven't seen the failure of the system. We are always one leg ahead of them. One leg here and one leg there. So let us continue in the failed system and think that something new will come out. This government does not have an economic policy, does not have sound economic team, does not have sound security architectural design does not have any educational policy. Go and read their manifesto. You see, they don't have health care. Then get out, then they go to themselves for London. You dey joke. Leave health. They don't even have health. I mean, sound policies for themselves. They don't even within themselves. The ruling elites, they are not truthful to themselves. Now, how do you rationalize that a government that came to power after 7 years, still came back to national television using Fashola that said in 2012, 2013, that generating power is like gathering I pass my neighbor generator and generate power. That was what Fashola said. Channel TV show on Kimbalo. The interview is still online. I still watch it. I wept for Nigeria. Like, is this the man that is a minister now? 7 years later, the same man came to a national television and was grandstanding to exemplify illiteracy, ignorance, parochial, sentimental party, money politics. So the legislator you have in terms of figurehead, rubber stand, puppet legislator cannot and will never impeach.
Lastly, because of that,
Buhari.
DSS submitted 44 security reports before the Kuje correctional.
DSS should go and sit down. DSS, they should go and sit down in the bush. Is this which report are they submitting? Who did they submit it to?
They notify the president.
They notify the president, and the DSS is operating like the DSS. It is your leader how it behaves from head up to bottom. So the DSS failure started from top to bottom. Is Buhari not a failing man? So the DSS wrote to Buhari, were they expecting that Buhari will act? Now the same DSS, which is a bunch of failure, before now, a case between DSS, the states, and Sunday Igboho, DSS said that the case file that they were supposed to go and use to represent Sunday Igboho was snatched by one chance. So DSS is as foolish as Buhari. So there's no difference. They are intertwined. They are less than and equals to the same thing. So the same Buhari, you collected 44 reports from your intelligence gathering, then you kept it under the carpet. Then you can correlate the argument of the former Naval Commodore in person of Dr. Olawumi on Chinese television. He said, and I quote, is online, no be me talking, that the presidency and the government of President Muhammadu Buhari, this was a statement from the former Naval Commodore in person of Dr. Olawumi, I think Kayode Olawumi also, that the presidency is aware and the report has been given to him on the list of sponsors of Boko Haram. Secondly, that the president knows them and they are part of government. That also corroborated with the statement of former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, that Boko Haram sponsors are in his government. Now, to now move forward with the statement of the former Commodore, he said, and I quote, that he made that statement when there was an attack in NDA, Kaduna. He said that because of religious bias, that some people have elevated religious in the operation of the military, that if you go to NDA and most military setup, they throw their gate open on Friday because all of them will be going to mosque. I'm quoting him, not with me talking. It's on channels. Now, he now went ahead to say that President Muhammadu Buhari has been given a detailed report on the list of sponsors and their operation. But the question is, why has the president not acted? But it is a very simple puzzle that you really cannot differentiate the president from the attitude of some sets, religion, sentiments, ethnicity, or political belief of certain people in certain parts of the country. 2009, 2010, President Muhammadu Buhari made a speech. I remember, history does not lie. From that speech, President Muhammadu Buhari was openly in support of a jihadist movement.
From the speech?
It is online. It's not new.
Okay.
President Muhammadu Buhari has openly countered Goodluck Ebele Jonathan that fighting Boko Haram is fighting the North. So little do I wonder that Boko Haram that has killed more shots and never yet killed numbers of people can be given amnesty. But the IPOB man that raised flag and Sunday Igboho can be declared wanted by the state. Hypocrisy, double standard, ethnic bigotry will finish Nigeria. And Nigeria will die. Either now or in the nearest future? Time shall tell. There are many countries of the world that finally ended up dividing after 200 years. Nigeria is just 63 years. History is fracture. Human sentiment will kill us all.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. This is Mr. F. Young's number 08037709615. 08037709615. One more time. 08037709615. That's from Mr. Samuel F. Young's number. I have Mr. Chigozie. Go on, Mr. Chigozie.
Yeah, if I thought there is anything good about this morning.
At least we thank God.
Well, yeah, for surviving.
Yeah, DSS submitted 44 security reports before the Kuje Correctional Center attack to the presidency. Yet, nothing happened.
Yeah, we are here to discuss today because we are the survivors of yesterday, and possibly, if nothing is done to avert the looming calamity, will probably, of course, might end up becoming the casualties of today. But I understood that the greatest instrument of defense is the truth. We shall continue to say the truth to the powers that be, and notwithstanding, of course, the risk we might be facing or being confronted. You see, it is needless, of course, letting the government know that there is possible attacks on your supposed citizens, and you went to sleep, being the DSS, who is in charge of course, internal security. You see, Secret Service. You told the president that 44 times, and you never did anything to cope, of course, to forestall the attack. And you want them infiltrated, of course, Abuja, and they still commit the same heinous crime. And you call yourself DSS, and you have the guts to come out to the public and make this silly and very destructive blunders. Who are you trying to impress by telling your own gullible? Of course, most of the Nigerians are gullible, and I don't know, very gullible, so to say. I don't intend to insult the intelligence of my esteemed listeners, but then there are, of course, Nigerian citizens out abroad in diaspora who are so gullible. Rather than taking to the streets of United Nations and protest the killing, the unabated killings of the supposed citizens, some people are here commenting rubbish. I said it's rubbish. This is helpless. We are here on the grassroots doing our best, sacrificing our life for humanity to be preserved, and you are there doing nothing, eating burger, and because most of them have free data to log in, and you are now condemning us who are bold to speak out. What you should have done, you failed to do, and unfortunately or fortunately, you escaped the territory of Nigeria for greener pasture, while your own country is lying fallow, have been, of course, rounded up by the terrorists, and you are just celebrating it, and you want Chigozie to be, of course, taken to the slaughter.
Okay, Iswap plots massive attacks on Lagos.
That is what I'm saying. The massive attack, we have been having series of attacks in, of course, it is not a surprise. Many revelations have been made to this effect. And DSS will come and tell you that they gave 100 reports to the federal government. What is report? You are in charge with the Secret Service, intelligence gathering. And once that is done, you move your, of course, machineries to forestall such attack. Then when you allow such to take place, then you are complicit of whatever happens. The blood of the innocent ones who has been slain or killed, murdered over these decades will continually be upon you. It's very unfortunate. Then why the need for the parastatals to be created? You have a Nigerian intelligence agency, or what intelligence Boko Haram, I don't know.
Yes.
Eh? What are you doing? You saw your own supposition, which means
the office of the citizenry is not prioritized. The government of Nigeria, under this dispensation, under the watch of Muhammadu Boko Haram.
Buhari.
Okay, Muhammadu Buhari. You see, I find it difficult to differentiate Buhari and Boko Haram because it appears that there could be exchange. They are synonymous, and unfortunately, the beliefs of Boko Haram seems to have been, of course, adopted by this government. It's very unfortunate. There's nothing different from what is happening. How can you tell me that a country that's said to be a sovereign state cannot combat mere internal crisis, rocking the entire country? Most of the residents of Abuja have fled. Where are they fleeing to? Where is safe? You are leaving Abuja to Lagos. Is Lagos State safe? You are leaving Abuja to Imo State. Is Imo State safe? Huh? The same day you are running away from Abuja might catch up with you in Lokoja. So no part of the country could be considered safe as it stands now. Now, who is responsible? Ask me, who is responsible for all these calamities? The government is saddled with the responsibility of protecting the life of property of the supposed citizen. That if the government fails, should you hold Chigozie accountable? If the government fails and you can see it evidently that they have failed, and I come here to make the submissions based on facts and figures, could you consider that to be a hate speech? Is it?
Okay. Let's look at the labor protests. Labor threatening to shut down the economy over their strike. Let's assess that protest yesterday.
Well, I'm not aware if there is any protest, and I don't think that can make any difference. You see, it's more or less like my people do say, well, my people also say that having said that, I think it's a mere, of course, exercise in futility. You cannot redeem what is dead. The best thing you can do for a dead carcass is to commit it to Mother Earth. So the best thing, where have Labour been over these years? Labour has not protected the rights of an average Nigerian worker. They are being subjugated, of course, subtained. An average Nigerian worker is not entitled to its benefits or wages as at when due. So what is the need? Protesting? What are you protesting? What are you protesting? No, ask me. You ask me, you say impact. What's significant? Christian, what are you did you join them in the protest?
I was at the protest, yes.
You was at the protest. So what could after the protest, what else?
You are supposed to be there as a Nigerian. You are supposed to be there.
To protest what?
To protest your students are at home since 5 months.
I'm not just protesting, but I've sacrificed my life, of course, having understood the risk to speak truth to the power. So there is no greater sacrifice you should expect me than joining people who are frustrated, who lack direction and vision. They're only there for their selfish and personal gains. Where have been Labour, Nigerian Labour Congress? Where have they been? Huh? All this while, how many of the Nigerian workers are full workers? Most of them are contract workers, go to banks, go to industries. They are being used as slaves in their own country. Foreigners come and use your own citizens as slaves, and the government cannot do anything. See, unlike the government of Ghana that puts policies in place to enhance the welfare of course, our own citizens. That if you are coming here to do business in Ghana you must prioritize the safety and the welfare, the interests of the citizens, who you might, of course, employ or deploy for such service. Let me not go there.
Thank you very much.
It's your service. Is your, of course, is your service protected? No, that is the fundamental question.
You are going there. You are going there.
You are going there, but you might not end up getting there. Well, if by that you mean you are headed for the cliff, I think I can agree with you.
Okay.
With what is happening, unfortunately, we have not seen an end, but everybody should be moving with cutlasses now. So I think, esteemed viewers, not those who are just ranting, you can make provisions for Ebentu, possibly, at least, if even though Ota,
I'm Mr. Emmanuel. Good morning, Emmanuel. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, let's look at so far we have 3 soldiers, 2 officers. Let me say, total of 8 soldiers have been killed. The attack on. Okay, let's get a response.
Give me one.
Hello, good morning, Udeze Chima. Let me get your response. Thank you for calling, Mr. Udeze Chima. You have 2 minutes to respond to what we are discussing this morning.
Yeah, good morning, Christian and crew. Thank you, glad tidings this morning from Italy. Unfortunately, many Nigerians are still living in illusions. They are not aware of what is happening in Nigeria. Unfortunately, Nigeria has been taken over by the terrorists, but it seems people are still living, going around, not knowing exactly what has happened in that country. Now, you see, they started from Borno, they extended it to other northern parts of Nigeria. Today, they are talking about extending it to Lagos, a whole Lagos state. And if such a thing happens to enter Lagos today, that means they have captured the capital city of commercial capital city of Nigeria. That will be a very big problem. Unfortunately, some people are still.
The lasting solution to
there's an attack on the president, and it's if a president can be attacked, you and I, we don't have any other
security.
Yeah, security.
We are not secure. Yeah. Christian, remember my first interview on this? I said something. I said politics is a game. You understand? It's a game to play towards doing anyhow to win. You understand? You remember during Good Luck, Ebele Jonathan, the last tenure, the last year of Good Luck, Ebele Jonathan, is when Boko Haram begin be able to capture 16 local government in this country, in Nigeria. And those local government, they are heavy, they are big local governments in that state. You understand? After Boko Haram captured those local governments, campaign officer, campaigners come up and begin to say there's not security in this country, there is this, there is that, this one and that one, they capture this one and that one. Why? Because they are doing those things to us to spoil that particular person regime. You understand? Because if you see as this thing be, even that time they tell Good Luck, exactly, they tell Good Luck, say they can capture him, he's the next target, he's this one and that one. And in that very particular time, it's Boko Haram. And now they say is Iswap, Abifulani, Hetzman, Bandi, this one and that one. They don't even know the exactly place they want to hold. All we know is terrorists. You understand? Listen, let me tell you something. This is the only channel in this country that contains these three angles stand by, as in this north, east, and west, and southwest, like this. That is why they mention Lagos. They have never mentioned it in history, say they are booming to capture Lagos, this one and that. They are aiming to capture Lagos. It's because this guy is in Lagos. And where this thing is coming from, APC have power to use power, manipulate this seat. But the way they put the counting of the result, that thing hardly take this thing. So what they need to do is to spoil the regime over and over and over to do their campaign well. Because if that special ground is not spoiled, they cannot get to do what they want to do. So, but the question there is that why are they using our blood? If they can be capturing army, this one and that one, now they are the securities, and it's their job. So if they realize that these politicians are trying to use them, they know what to do then. It's not for us as civilians here. You understand what I mean? If now these terrorists are facing army or police, no you and I, you understand? It should allow them to know what to do for this country. You understand? Because the youth in North are saying now, if this insecurity continues, in 2023 there will be no election.
Youth in the North?
Yes. My place, this Bauchi, Plateau, and Kaduna. Yes, I'll give you these things now. I will collect my phone. See, they say if this insecurity continues, there will be no election in that place particularly. So what the politicians are looking for there is that before that time they will withdraw. That's why you hardly hear Plateau State involved, this one and that one involved, because they are alerted. These people, nothing is going on about terrorism to this country, this one and that one. It's just politicians. If we go stand up, if Labour go stand up to do rally for this one and that one, we should stand up and stop these people from using our blood to do all this kind of sorts of things. They should look for another way of their own campaign.
Okay, we don't have much time. Thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel. Sorry, Mr. Odin Chima, the guy behind the camera that is controlling the live chat. He said that we don't have, there is network issue. That's why he said I should cut, he should cut the caller off because of right here the network is fluctuating. I have Mr. Good talk. Good morning, Mr. Good morning, Mr. Good morning, Mr. Okay, where do we start? Let's start with there was an attempted impeachment on the president. President Muhammadu Buhari.
Do you know what you mean by impeachment?
Attempted.
What do you mean by attempted impeachment?
To impeach the president.
Do you know what it takes to impeach the president of Nigeria?
What does it take?
It's a process.
What does it take? Senators yesterday put the president of Senate, Senator Ahmed Lawan, in tight corner following his refusal to allow the open discussion on the recurring cases of insecurity with massive kidnapping, killings, and wanton destruction of properties by terrorists across the country. Vanguard gathered that at the commencement of plenary, senators questioned why the issue of insecurity was not in the other paper. With the president of the Senate not ready to recognize any points of order on the matter, senators became furious and told Lawan that no issue would be tabled for discussion at the Hallowed Chamber outside insecurity. Senators were not happy when they resumed plenary over the silence on terrorist threat to go after President Muhammadu Buhari, Kaduna State Talking to the Vanguard that the pressure mounted on Lawan that the matter must be discussed, he became restless as he was said to have asked the senators to put aside sentiment in order not to overheat the polity. The senators were in a bid to demand for his impeachment when the Senate President Lawan said that the matter will not be discussed.
Is that what they call attempted impeachment?
Attempt.
It's laughable anyway.
Attempt.
It's
Lawan
laughable.
avowed impeachment move against Buhari.
Now, the issue is this. To impeach a president is not an event, it's a process. Because one, you raise issue of misconduct. A committee will be set up to investigate it. And a judge will verify it. After that, you revert back to the house. And this takes some process. As unfortunate as Nigerian situation is today, I'll tell you that it will take the head of a camel to pass through the eye of the needle for Nigerian Senate to impeach the president. I quite agree with you. He has committed so many impeachable offenses. Because when you are not able to protect Nigerians, you are not able to guarantee their safety, their welfare, and the constitution is unambiguous about that the welfare of Nigerians and their security shall be the primary purpose of governance. So on that basis, Mr. President has no business being in that office because they have failed woefully. As we speak, Nigeria is under siege. Abuja is under siege of Iswap and Boko Haram. And the Boko Haram we used to know in Sambisa Forest is now in the seat of power. If the presidential guard brigade can be attacked, and as we speak, there is indication that a captain was killed, a lieutenant was killed, and about 6 other soldiers. So what is left? The other time, presidential advance team was attacked in the home state of the president, Katsina. So what I'm saying, the DPOs, we have instances where DPOs are kidnapped. DSS are not left out. Police, army, DSS are vulnerable to be kidnapped, killed by the bandits. So where lie the hope of common man? To be quite honest with you, Mr. President has no business being in that office. If you listen to Falana yesterday, why he joined the Labour Congress, he told Mr. President that he must go because his best is not good enough. He has done his best is not good enough, and he's unlikely not going to do anything better than what he has done. So in the present circumstance, the right thing for Mr. President to do is to leave the stage. Because Nigerians are dying in their number. And here we are calling on the government to rejig the security architecture, to change the command and control system that is not working, and the government vehemently refused. With the fear of disintegration. That if you organize security arrangement and give governors some security power, that there's fear that some people start seceding from the government, from Nigerian entity. But that fear is not supposed to be, because even federal government as it stands, they are abusing that same power. So that you perceive that people will abuse power is not sufficient to say you are not allowing people to own the process that will protect them. For me, the only way we can have an end to insecurity in Nigeria is to reject the security architecture, is to allow the governors to parade some security power, is to allow the locals own the security arrangement, so that if you look at when we talk of intelligent gathering, DSS is supposed to have the mandate of intelligent gathering. As we speak, when what's it called, terrorists attack the prison, from all indications, I'm telling you. So when criminals, terrorists attack Kuje prison, from all indications, they had actionable intelligence that paid off. Okay. Because right there at the crime of at the Kuje prison, while they were carrying out the attack, there were indications that they were calling out the names of people they wanted to rescue. They made straight to the section of the facility that harbored they are the terrorists. So it means they had actionable intelligence that paid up. The same thing Nigerian government could not have. So what I'm saying is, for you to resolve or solve the issue of Nigerian security problem, you must rejig the security architecture. You must change the command and control system. You must do it in such a way that you allow state police to work.
Okay.
Otherwise, all you see is cosmetic approach that will not give any solution.
There was a report that DSS submitted for the first security report before the attack on Kuje prison.
What purpose would the security report serve if it's not being utilized and you saw the attack? The same Lakazika attitude of people in government, the same way you see them behaving in such a way that it is dereliction of duty on their part and negligence. The same thing you are seeing. And I think where there is no consequence for wrongdoing, you continue to see wrongdoing in that society. Because this administration do not show willpower to sanction offenders when you give somebody a responsibility in a sane society, in a sane organization, and the person is not forthcoming in delivering on the job. There should be consequence for that. But unfortunately in Nigeria, there's no consequence for wrongdoing. And we are likely going to continue seeing things of this nature until you start seeing people paying price for negligence of duty.
Okay, let's assess the NLC strike. Today in Abuja is another strike that will be held.
Rally, yeah, protest. Rally. You see, I've been a proponent of protests, shutting down the Nigerian economy. The reason is not far-fetched. The reason is that is the only language the government understands. If the government understands the language of negotiation, conversation, as we have been on strike since February 14, almost 6 months now, and we all know what ASU is demanding. We all know what education stands for. We are talking of human capital development that has to do with the skills, the knowledge and experience that is even needed to solve Nigerian problem. And the federal government is not forthcoming in addressing it. It shows that ASU do not have the potency to force government to the negotiating table. That is why we've been calling on NSC, TUC, all labor unions to synergize with ASU, to force government to do the needful. The needful is to fund ASU. The needful is to fund the educational sector so that the appropriate purpose so that the educational sector can deliver on the appropriate purpose of research. They are not able to do all this because government refuses to fund them over the years. What we are saying is, let NSC, TUC, all the affiliate bodies, let them shut down the economy so that Nigeria do not have what it takes to produce even a single barrel of oil. If you do that, they'll be forced to negotiate. Because once the economic base of the country is threatened, federal government will come to the negotiating table. And that's the only way you can solve the problem of ASU. I like what ASU is doing, what the NSC is doing. This is the first time we are seeing NSC under Ayuba Waba making good his promise or threat to protest. So we encourage them to go further after the 2 weeks of ultimatum and federal government refuses to do the needful. Let them embark on indefinite strike so that government will be forced to fund ASU.
Okay. Account for $1 billion security fund, Governor Otton unlocked federal government over the recent attack.
You see, I think he's saying the right thing. Because we all saw how federal government withdrew $1 billion from SS Code account. And before they bought those 12 Tukano jets that cost them about $549 million, they made us understand that it's going to be a game changer. This is more than a year after taking delivery of the 12 Tukano jets. And we are hearing a different story, that they need further and more critical air platform to fight insurgency. So who are they deceiving? I think $1 billion is not a child's play. As we speak, there's another deal between Nigerian government and United States of America to spend an additional $1 billion for arms and ammunition and to fund security. And we have a situation where the National Security Advisor, Mugunu, will be telling us that fund is a problem. The reason they cannot deploy technology to fight insecurity. Is that reasonable when you have spent over $1 billion to fight insecurity? This is outside the budgetary allocation to security sector of the country. We are talking of intervention fund. and somebody will be telling us that there is no fund to deploy technology. Somebody will be telling us that actionable intelligence, human actionable intelligence is a challenge. And we're equally talking about the National Security Advisor, a situation where TSS have the mandate of intelligence gathering. They vote money into for the operation every fiscal year, and they will come out and tell us that there is no means of gathering information. Where is the DSS will know, can mingle with the society, can even enroll in a secondary school, a tertiary institution, not because they want to acquire certificate, but because they want to gather information, even without the consent of the school authority. They attend lectures, do everything students do. At the end of the day, the important thing is that they get information. So where are they? What are they doing? For me, I think somebody somewhere needs to be fired. Somebody somewhere needs to be sanctioned for people to sit down to do the right thing.
Okay, thank you very much, James.
Thank you for having me.
I have my brother. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Your name.
Yeah, my name is Peter.
Yeah. Sir Peter.
Yeah.
Hey. Last time, as I just said, Buhari attending to insecurity. Attending to insecurity in Nigeria. Buhari is someone that does not have the real power. How true is this?
The fact is, Buhari is not controlling Nigeria. You cannot tell me the president, who is commander of the chief of the armed forces, is briefed concerning different situations. I cannot tell me that you don't give the green light. Every time we accuse Buhari, Buhari says he's not aware of it. Information is being passed, but there's what they call hierarchy.
Through the 44 security reports were sent to the presidency before the Kuche.
Yeah, they all will claim just to shift the blame from their side. They'll say, "Are you from the president?" They also are you from the commander in chief. But the truth of the matter is, nobody is actually seeing Buhari. Buhari is a hostage in Aso Rock.
He's a hostage.
He's a hostage himself.
Buhari is not a hostage in Aso Rock.
He's not the one controlling Nigeria. How can you be the one making the final decision and you're not making any decision? What's going on? How come? That's why Buhari travels all the time. Buhari is not controlling this country. We all need to accept that reality.
Then who is controlling the country?
Yeah, the people that put him there are the ones controlling it. How can you tell me that information are being passed to the president and he does not give the green light? Then what are you there for? So if the answer says they know that that information won't get to Buhari, so they don't want to make any move concerning the situation, they will claim they don't have enough hardware to do their job. Some will claim there's no resources. So government will claim, okay, we have spent a certain amount of resources or amount of money on this hardware. Then DSS will claim we don't have the hardware. So information doesn't push back and forth. Everywhere trying to shift the blame. So we are all trying to shift blame because they all know that Buhari do not control this country. Now they will come and tell me the situation is going on. Then the service chiefs, the people that will put the service chiefs there, the people who allow Buhari appoint the service chiefs, will tell the service chiefs, tell Buhari that the situation is under control. Which not. Then Buhari come and give us another story. Okay, then we hear people are dying in this corner of the country.
So who do we hold responsible?
You know, like the whole system on its own, it's now upside down. The whole system is upside, everything is upside down. So that's why we cannot hold anybody now directly. This is the guy responsible for insecurity. This is the reason why we could not have actionable intel on this thing. This is the reason why this is not this, because nobody's in control right now. Everybody just holding his own ground and shifting the blame. So that's why they're just misinforming every one of us.
Okay, let's look at Labour, their strike. Let's assess that strike. What do you think?
They should strike because Nigeria is on the back foot because of, like I said, because of inflation. Inflation has caused everything to get to this point. We are on the back foot. Now, Nigeria is on debt servicing and you are behind debt servicing. So now, situation like this will always occur because we are behind in everything because of inflation. So inflation, every of Nigerian policy comes down to inflation. So every claim they are claiming is just false. They are just giving us false information. That's why it's very difficult now to digest information from mainstream media now, because we don't know what information they are giving us. They are telling us what we want to hear. Federal government is doing it, federal government. That's why, and
we are not even seeing the effect. We are not seeing it negatively. So right now we are on the back foot. Nigeria is behind now. We are 30 years behind from our own self. What's the way forward? So the whole way forward now is to change the whole system, to change the constitution, to change the people in power. That's the only way forward. Is it by revolution, by the ballot, or by political means? Or how we can turn the ballot into a revolution. We want that. We have to make that change. We as the people, we don't own the power. We make the mistake by giving those people power. We trusted those people so much with our lives and our future, and they've taken it away from us. We have to come together as a people to make that change. Amongst the aspirants, who do you think is much qualified? It's obvious now. It's obvious who is the best aspirant now. It's the best candidate right now that can make a decision for this country without the influence of anybody. Tinubu is just a continuation of Buhari. Atiku is still the same thing. So there's not going to be any change. But let's make the change ourselves. Some people believe that Peter Obi cannot change Nigeria. That's what they believe. How bad Nigeria is. It's a lie they use on social media. Like I said again, most people are misinformed. They don't have the right information. They tell you Peter Obi cannot change. That's a very big lie. Peter Obi is the only person that will make decisions directly from his own office, not hierarchy where nobody is knowing who sent the information or who doesn't send the information. So we all know that we can hold somebody responsible, not a group of people. Everybody's just shifting blames because there's somebody to hold responsible. So I tell you, Buhari do not control this country. As I said again, Buhari is not controlling Nigeria. Buhari travels out as a means to escape the situation. Buhari is a hostage. That's the fact. Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Akule.
Yeah. Glad to be here this morning again. And I thank God for life. Thank God for every one of you that are live today. The viewers, I thank you. My spiritual mother, my spiritual person, you know yourself. You shouldn't mention your name. But thanks for all what you've been doing for me about on my spiritual life, right? You know,
Mr.
I
Akule,
appreciate you.
Let's receive one. Let's receive one call. Yeah, thank you. Let's get one of our viewers speaking. Mr. Onoche, good morning. Thank you for being part of the program.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Christian. I just want to chip in something about.
You have 2 minutes to respond to the topical issues we are having today.
Yeah, the thing I want to chip in is just what Mr. Matthew said to impeach Mr. President. It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than Nigerians impeaching Mr. Buhari. I said it is false. It is a false, impression he's giving to the people, because you have to start an exam. Then if you pass, fine. If you fail, you go and know why you fail and do it again. How will you, before trying, you choose self-defeat? No. They should try it. They should start it. The problem is that we have Hallelujah Parliament. If not so, by now, another person will be on that seat. It is always wise. Do something you want to do. Even if you fail, no problem. Failure means first attempt. You try it again, right? So I didn't buy this idea that you need heaven to impeach that mumu in the office. He's 100% wrong. Then what this guy said, what the last speaker said, yes, he said the right thing about Mr. Peter Obi. He doesn't know middleman. He does it still one way. So he knows who to hold if the thing doesn't work. So I like his system, although I support to split Nigeria. That's what I have for you, Mr. Christian, for today. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity to say my mind. I greet Mr. Kunle.
Guy, Mr. Anoche, thank you. We love you. We love you so much. Who's the next on our live chat this morning? Let's get you talking on the issues we are discussing. You have 2 minutes to be part of the program. It seems I have network issue here this morning. But however, I will continue.
Good morning.
Who is online? Talk to us.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You don't hear me?
My network is bad this morning. However, continue. You have 2 minutes to respond to the issue we have this morning. You have 2 minutes to respond. You can go on.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Shuku. Congratulations for you to win against David about the labor strike.
Orisha Bayo. Yes.
You don't hear me? Hello?
You have network problem.
Yeah, you guys are doing good job, right? Really. Christian, good job for you. The CEO of Fleet TV, this is a real good job. Without you guys, the few things we are saying here for people to know, we wouldn't have the opportunity to do that. So you created a space. God bless you all for that space. Sir.
Okay, let's assess the strike yesterday and also today.
After the program here, I was on my way to Ikeja. I got down to Ikeja. I asked about where their protests will start from. So somebody told me that the whole island junction there was standstill, and they marched down to Alausa. But unfortunately, I didn't meet them. It's not the strikes that matters now. It's all about the results that will come out of the strike. Because this is NLC that they're always good in starting, but their finishing is always porous. So the way I see them, I don't have full confidence in them to liberate ASU from this crisis. The only way that the ASU can be liberated is all about by revolution, and the revolution will take a lot of costs, and that cost will have to affect majority of these people in power. When they cannot move, they cannot travel, they cannot, as NSC as it is now, I expected them, they should have started doing the needful. They should have started with the needful to be done, right? And what are the needful? Look at the weak points that these people have. If these people don't travel out, they cannot survive in this country. Everybody, they jet out for medical tourism, for everything. So if you know their lapses, that once you block those lapses, they will listen to us.
Okay, ambush attack on the presidential guard brigade. Military sources suspect sabotage amongst them.
Thank God, what we are saying here, we're not lying. We are hitting the nail on the head. We said it. We didn't say this yesterday. I personally mentioned it, that there are saboteurs. There are sabotage in the military, in the security system entirely. Why is it that we have all the security apparatus in this country, intelligence apparatus in this country, NIA is there, what's it called, DSS is there, what's it called, Interpol are there, and our Interpol, they can, if they want to work, they will work for you. You could see how they got the extradition of Mina from the country he ran to. You could see that. But why can't you use all this your security intelligence that you've been having on the weak people that you are ambushing on ground? Like, I'm still telling you, the case of Igboho case is not so terrible as the Iswap, as the bandit, but when they went for him, it was like a commando strike, And look at Kanu too. When he was, kidnapped in Kenya, it was like a commando, strike. So why can't they use that same force they are using for these guys, these agitators? Why can't they use the same strike and up their game on all those Boko Haram if there's not like third force that is, working against the success of those military? Kudos to those military that died, during the, the attack. Condolence to them. Condolence to them. And nobody will even wish any one of them dead. But they should fish out the saboteurs among them that are, giving information, leaking information.
Plans a massive attack on Lagos, Kaduna, others.
Oh, thank God. Me, I'm prepared. I'm waiting for them. because
how are you going to prepare for
my house now? The next stage I'm going to do now is I want to get myself a knife, a sharp knife. I will get myself a sharp axe. You know, they say we should protect ourselves. I mean, protect ourselves. We should defend ourselves. So if nobody, Mr. Abuari can't defend me as the commander-in-chief, if he cannot command the security to defend me, then I have to defend myself. We are waiting for them in Lagos. I'm waiting for Iswap in Lagos. And the mistake we are doing is Iswap is one of the dreaded terrorists in the whole world. And when you talk of Iswap, you talk of ISIS, you know, and the way they are coming, the way they are, the government, they slept in slumber for them to penetrate the whole region of this country. And they came in, it was too late to get them out. Now as it is, they are living with us. And when as the time is now, the time is right for us to separate ourselves from the criminals among us. Everybody is fire for, it should be fire for fire now. Anything that comes, I'm ready for it. I prepare myself. If it is for me to lay down my life for the survival of my children, I will do that. I'm not telling anything fake thing here. I'm telling you the reality, what is in my mind. I will do that. To save the life of my kids, to face any Iswap, to face any bandit, to face any Boko Haram. And I've started that for profiling them. Any one of them I see that I feel that is suspicious to me, I'll ask them, what's your business? What do you do? What are you into here? What's your, you know, there's a way you penetrate them. The way they penetrate the military, we civilians too, we need to penetrate them. We know they are all around Lagos now. They are in Lagos. They came with this guise of they are bringing cow. You know, we see them every night, midnight, when everybody, you know, must have been on his bed. And that's the dangerous thing. We should be awake, because we sleep too much in Lagos here. We sleep. Lagos, I know that Lagos never sleep. Lagos has been sleeping now. Lagos is sleeping now. So when they will enter, nobody knows. But be vigilant and prepare yourself for the worst thing to happen. Because no governance again in this country. And what is the way out? The way out is, I keep saying, we need that referendum. We need that, you know, we need that constitution amendment. We need that constitutional amendment. We need that referendum. Forget about who is going to supervise it, who is going to organize it. If INEC cannot organize it, we bring out the UN body. We bring out the, you know, there are allied people. We can, global citizens, allied global citizens that can come in, that will be neutral about what is going on. UN can send their delegates to Nigeria, and we sort things out without any other thing, any other crisis, any other, you know, because as it is now, they are pushing the masses towards crisis. And you mean what I mean? You know what I mean by that crisis? Because when people start taking arms now, you know, they won't find it easy, because nobody has monopoly. Nobody has monopoly of wala. Nobody has monopoly of crisis in this country. Why are people just having a free day killing? And you people are watching them. You people are giving them, I mean, space to degenerate into this mess we have now. They started somewhere. They could not harm them. They could not tame them until those people turn to you know, serious, I mean, calamity on our head now. What is there now is everybody should prepare himself for self-defense. Because me, as I am now, I'm ready. Mind you, I've been receiving some number from Chad. I don't have any family in Chad. I've been receiving some straight number from Chad, from Togo, from Chad. I don't know where those numbers are coming from. Immediately I pick, it will cut again. I don't know whether it's one of the people in power here that is monitoring us, but me, I'm ready to sacrifice my life for the sake of my children and unborn generation to come. The way it is now, I'm sick of this country. The country itself is sick. So if the country is sick, nobody can be okay. In a sick country, nobody can be well. That's just my own stake, and I keep by it.
Thank you very much. We don't have time. We don't have much time.
It's me.
We have 2 minutes.
I'm here now. You just come now. You don't see
2 minutes. We have 2 minutes.
You see me here standing now. Ah,
No,
so coming now.
Olu has been here. He has been here. No, don't worry. Let's use 2 minutes. Analyze the security situation now in Nigeria. We had a report that 44 security reports was submitted to the presidency by the DSS before the Kuje Correctional Center.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So what is the solution? What can we do?
See, the solution to this problem is in the hands of Mr. President himself and his cohorts and the APC people. Yes, I mean, it's the people that became the terrorists now. They were the people that was brought into this country by the APC people who are present in government, who felt that if Jonathan refuses to leave power, they will, if Jonathan refuses to leave power, they will unleash those people to overtake the government from him. And don't forget, that was when Buhari said they should be allowed to come to Nigeria and get visa. That on arrival, they be given visa. These are the people that was brought into Nigeria with the sole aim of topping Jonathan's government. And to their greatest surprise, Jonathan did not pose any threat, any opposition, any resistance to them. Before the whole message, before the whole result was even announced, he has congratulated Buhari. So these people that was brought for a sinister motive that could not be used, they are already in the country. Now, they having been in power, they abandoned them to be in the country. Now, the next move they wanted to make for them was to settle them in different parts of the country under the pretense of called Ruga. To be settled in different parts of the country under the name Ruga. When Ruga failed, they became full-fledged S-men that were attacking people all around. Get my point? So these people, the security we are facing now was orchestrated by this present government. They are the one who brought these people to the country. You know, now tell me one S-man that have been arrested and prosecuted where they've been killing people around the country. This government was in them with you know, as if they're still with sympathy. No single element have been arrested. So it has embodied them. So now feel that why don't they take over the government by themselves and be in power? As Afghanistan, where you have a Taliban, take over the government. They were terrorists. They were called terrorists. They were called rebels. They are called names. They're not in the government. So because they have never been dealt with by the government, they have been sitting with skin gloves by the government. They've been pampered. The government is covering them up. Government is behind it. Now they have outgrown beyond what they were to be S-men killing. Now sitting for power itself now. I'm telling you. Otherwise, how did they finance them their operation? By kidnapping and demanding 100 million per every abductee. Look at the 3 men that was released recently, 3 days ago. The Abuja train attack. 3 of them were 100 million. So they've been financing their activity through. Thank God people resisted Ruga. If Ruga has worked out, wherever they have been settled in different parts of in Nigeria, with the sole aim of launching them as a real base to take over Nigeria, we wouldn't be seeing this report. The way forward. The way forward is that President Buhari and all his APC chieftains who brought these people in for a sinister motive should be the one to be arrested and arrested. Number two, look at all security agencies, all the security. Who are the heads? Oh no. What is the outcome of it? What's the outcome of it? What's the outcome of that? No solution to it. No solution to the outcome of it. So the solution is that let Mr. President decentralize. The solution is that let's not be total destruction of the country. So that with the destruction of this country, if we want to live together as a federation, we will discuss our terms of existence, including security. If it's going to be on the platform of federal government, we will determine the percentage of level of security that they'll be handling. Those ones that religions will be operating to safeguard their people. That's the solution. Okay, but number one, President and his fellow APC should be arrested because I don't brought all these people to Nigeria.
Thank you very much for your analysis. I have my sister. Good morning. Good morning. In one word, we have 2 minutes. In one word, let's look at the whole situation. Iswap terrorists, they are coming to Lagos.
They're coming to Lagos.
Let me read it out. Iswap plots massive attacks on Lagos, Kaduna, others, insecurity all around. I'll attend to that topic.
It's from the head now. Even from Senate, they have terrorists inside the National Assembly. But I should say my own view. Yes, because they are the ones sponsoring those people.
Who are the ones sponsoring them?
Asura. Yes, they are the one, the brain box behind it. So insecurity is so alarming. Even the common man doesn't have a shelter or is there. That is number one. Then two, the police people, which is all those CID officers, but it's not paying them. I mean, I don't know. I can't answer that question. I don't know whether it's paying them or not. You get, but the real not share people that are bandits are senators. Those people, they are in National Assembly. Take it from me, or don't like it.
Let's look at the Labour Congress, Nigeria Labour Congress, the strike. Is it fruitful according to what you've seen?
They should go on strike because when Passenger was on seat, people always say that let's go. Passenger, when Adamoshimano used to be their chairman, you remember? Good. And that time, I don't know, they used to say minimum wage. How much are they paying them now? I don't know how much they're paying them. But Nigeria, so sorry, Nigeria is there is no anarchy, it's not democracy. They don't implement the law. They do it as, they say bill. After a bill, they put it as act, but nothing is working. Those ministers are doing nonsense. One sitting, and they're collecting money. So if they refuse to sit one day, they will come and do what they call PTA. PTA is not personal parents and teacher, it's personal travel allowance. They do a lot of dollars. When I was working in the access, that is by the way, they collect a lot of money, only one sitting. So if this people should go outside, they should go outside because even in banking sector or bankera, or that boy is sexing, people as the MDs and the managers, BM branch managers are sexing the contract staff there. And I was one of the victims. I refuse, they book a hotel for you. They can give you a target of as in 10 million. Okay, let's say 15 million. And if you refuse to meet up that target, they will book a hotel for you. Customer will book a hotel for you. They will not say.
Nigeria general, what's the way forward?
The way forward is that let all of them go on strike. They should go and strike. Maybe Buhari come and look into it. And I know that even if tomorrow Buhari is not going to look into it, they should wake up. Because one, everyone should go and get your PVC. Just your PVC, know the person, even though they give you money, you should eat it. But it will not harm you. They should vote the right people on that seat because all of them are not the right people. What Bible said, if the wicked on the seat, people will cry. All of them are wicked. Because, I'm telling you, if Labour should go on strike, they are right. They should go on strike. Also should go on strike. It's good for that because none of the senators' child is going to all those federal government college. Ask any senator whether his child is here. No, they are in Canada, US, mentioning UK. I don't know, but all of them are outside Nigeria. Okay. So Labour should go on strike.
Thank you very much.
And they should stop using those small stuff. They should stop specializing in Labour. And the minimum wage, you're not paying the minimum wage. They are sexy people, adulterers. They are inside that banking sector.
Tap your number. Yeah, tap your number. Okay, yes, she has set her mind. Virtually, we are coming to the end, but before that, we will speak to Oluwawan of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to give us the language. 081-6445-2106, 081-6445-2106. Your name? Margaret. Onye. Oluwawan, where is the language of the East Colorado?
The East Colorado say the president has run away from the country. No, the country is dwelling. Come back yesterday night, went to where I saw it in Liberia, Chancellor country. That is a terrorist people. The president ran away and his guard has been chased out from Asura. Can you imagine? Nigeria is a fucking bullshit out of the name of the country. It's like they want to map up Nigeria out of the game. The Fulanis, they are everywhere now. They are not threatening Lagos and Abuja. Yeah, there is a plan. Where they are threatening Lagos and Kaduna. And Lagos is the population of Nigeria. Everywhere, that is where here is crowded. There's a shack where you and I will go. Is it possible to attack? There is something like impossible, but those guys, they used to come here in the middle of the night with this trailer with cows. They can be hiding under the trailer. You used to see them. I used to see them. I see them over here. Around 12:1, you will see them going to Abattoir. There is a lot from there. They will not distribute them. So we have to checkmate ourselves because it's getting out of hand. Every day you kill military. When we buy, you kill a colonel, lieutenant, captain. You and I are nowhere to be found. So it's a bullshit. Let's look at the Labour. How is the Labour doing? I want the Labour. I'm very happy with their action. I want this type of action to generate all over nationwide. So there will be awareness to let them know it's just like maybe they are sleeping before. When so they are dying at home. The government don't want to care, but now they will care. When this type of situation is now in the whole Nigeria, everybody will wake up. Everybody wake up. Yes, they will not do the right thing at the right time. Okay, let's look at account for $1 billion security fund. Governor Autumn knocked the federal government. Federal government. Yes, $1 billion security fund. That's what I'm telling you. Every time billion dollar for security fund. Where is the security? They keep on killing our soldiers, killing our military, killing our security people. The money, they are suffering the money within themselves. So that's why we need a change. We need a terrible change. Let us change all the whole military. See that strike yesterday? I was there. I was in the Kaija roundabout yesterday. I was there in the Kaija roundabout. I went one of our offices there. And when you are what I see, I was very happy. I want that situation to be run Nigeria. They will know that Nigeria is not a sleeping hole. They can't just silence us like that. We are human beings. Nigeria government is to allocation for security every time $3 billion, $5 billion on Nigeria. Where is the security? Zero. Can anybody solve the security issue in Nigeria? Can anybody? How do we solve security issue? It's by changing the mindset of our people. See, people have been there many years till now. They are still there. They don't have anything to offer. They're just there following Buhari to A and B and C. See that retired Major General Mangoro, what is his name? Security advisor. Many years ago, I've been saying A and B and C, and nothing is working. Those kind of people are supposed to be removed and bring the very sharp, intelligent brain. We have them. We have many of them there. Okay, what's the way forward? The way forward is all of us to come outside with our PVC and follow the right man. And you all know the right man. The right man is obedient. Because those two hope are the same feather of Buhari, and the same feather of Buhari storage, the same feather of Buhari kitchen family. So we don't want two of them anymore. We don't even want their language anymore. We want a free, fresh face, fresh language, and fresh road for us to go. You and I. So we will get to the promised land. But Nigeria still have a long way to go. Okay, thank you very much, Oluwawan. Yes, we are closely. Before we move on, let's have some of us contribute to the program. Let's look at Hassan Lawan Usman, one of the released train victim, a lawyer. He said, my captors collected 100 million naira each to release me and train. The train attackers are not regular bandits, but members of Boko Haram terrorist group. They are well armed and have taken over a vast area of the nation's forest
spanning about 3 to 4 states alongside the regular bandits that are equally armed with sophisticated weapons. Our captors, who later resorted to flogging us daily, were hitherto nice. They fed us with cow meat and gave us 10,000 naira each for upkeep. They accused the government of arbitrary arrest and detention of their members. My family paid 100 million naira for my release. Fresh registration, PVC registration hits 10.4 million naira. Yes, that's an update. Let's look at one of our viewers. Let's see if we can get one or two persons to talk to us today. Who is online?
Hello.
Lolo. Yeah, you have 2 minutes. Let's respond. Thanks for calling. Respond to any of the topics we have discussed this morning. Mr. Lolo.
Thank you very much. It's Clement from Stuttgart, Germany. Nigeria is a typical example of a failed nation. If you want to take a case study of a failed nation, you will talk about Nigeria. How do we consider a country as a failed nation? When there is insecurity, shortage of food, your economy have collapsed terribly, your currency have no value in comparison with the international level, talking about dollars, pounds, euros. Nigeria is failed, and it has failed and collapsed. General Buhari must resign. It's a must. If you want to save Nigerians, Buhari must resign voluntarily without impeachment. Secondly, I will go to the case of NLC. How can that be? In Germany here, it's impossible for lecturers to go on strike. It's not possible. That's why I will commend NLC on their action of striking. It's very important, vital for the Nigerian nation. I will advise the Nigerian nationalities to please protect themselves. The Iswap and all these other people are not joking. I will advise my people also to watch on YouTube the documentary from BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, The Warlords of Zamfara. Please watch this. Then you can understand the situation that those who are perpetrating terrorism in Nigeria, the government itself are benefiting from it. They always tell us that we know where they are. Gumi that at that time told us they know where they are. They can hear their communication. Why are you not going for them? Why would you go to Sunday Igboho's house? Why would you kidnap Kanu Unamdi? Because he's fighting for the true cause. Even if Jesus Christ come to rule Nigeria, it can never work. Nigeria has failed terribly. Buhari has failed terribly. You can never talk about APC, PDP, or even the obedient. Forget it, because the 1999 constitution is fraudulent. It can never work for any president to govern a country. That's why when the House of Assembly, the legislators are full of Fulanis. Go and look the whole rank of the high commissioners in Nigeria. They are all Fulanis. Till the Nigerian embassy in Germany, in Berlin, they are all filled up with Fulanis. You will hardly find a Yoruba or Igbo man in German embassy, in Nigerian embassy in Berlin. So right now, the situation is break Nigeria and save life. Nigerians should wake up and stand for Yoruba nation. Those who want to go for Biafra should start it. And right now, the most general Nigerians should weaponize themselves and have arms. They should get themselves armed and ready for war. Because they are bringing it to you, you can't run away. You are already in a box, in a cage. You have to stand up for your right. Like Bob Marley said, then everything that is happening, Fela Anikulapo and some could say have prophesied it, our great prophet, you should believe in it. Muslim ticket can never work. Christian Muslim can never work. Right now, we have Christian Muslim, Buhari and Osibajo. What's going on? Nothing. We shouldn't tribalize this issue. A country is a country where you speak only one language. Germans speak German. France speak French. The UK people speak English. Spanish people speak Spanish. Yoruba nation, Orile-Ede. That means a country where they speak a language. Apart from that, go to the House of Assembly and remove broken English or English. You will see nobody will understand themselves. We have a strong argument to stay on it and to stand on it, that we need this, so Nigeria can actually separate, because it was an amalgamation from Lord Lugard, which collapsed after 100 years. Since 1962, there is no electricity. There is no basic amenities. People are dying every day. Right now, we are going from fry pan to fire. Can you now imagine a situation whereby your lecturers are on strike and they tell us the youth are the future of tomorrow? When the youths are redundant, hopeless for the future. I submit. Bye from Stuttgart, Germany.
That's a very, very wonderful analysis from one of our viewers. Thank you for calling. Yes, there will be a program that will be coming on very soon. But before I announce that program, let's get one more person. Dio, you have 2 minutes to respond to some of the issues that we have discussed this morning. You have the floor.
Good morning, Mr. Christian. Can you hear me? Hello? Mr. Christian, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, good morning. Like what that young man said from Stuttgart, Germany is right. All you people are doing there is good, but let me tell you the fact. Let me take you to what Mazen Nandekano said back in the days. I'm waiting for his prophecy to come to pass, because he said before they adopted him from Kenya, he said that they will take over the northern side of Nigeria, northern part of Nigeria, and that they will kill the Biafrans. That enough killings in Biafra land, but after much, that we will kill them and go and rescue the northerners. And that is what is happening. All these things going on there, even I said I'm obedient, yes, but I think these people, they are bringing the fight to us. So everybody have to stand up. Everybody have to stand up and stop speaking big English and face the reality. My hope is the prophecy of Mazen Nandekano, because he said it, that they will take over the north and that they will kill us in Biafra land, and after much, Biafra will kill them, their soldiers, and go back and rescue the northerners. So that is the hope. Thank you.
Mr. Dio. We have a program that is coming on very soon, and it will be called Voices from the Diaspora. Voices from the Diaspora. It will enable Nigerians and lovers of Nigeria all over the world to air their views on the situation in Nigeria. Voices from the Diaspora is a program that is coming up very soon. If you are wherever you are in the world, you have the opportunity to air your view. That's a platform for the diasporans to air their view on what is happening in Nigeria and however, wherever. Okay, with that, we've come to the end. Mr. Akayode, thank you for your support. God bless you so much. I am Christian Chuku. I'll say bye for now till tomorrow. That will come for another exciting edition of the program, Wise Standards at the newsstands. Don't forget, become support and also help people that are in need. Thank you very much.